Alright, golf simmers out there. We're going to go through a couple courses in a row here and just show you kind of what they look like and a little bit of the round going on. Shinnecock Hills to start. Very desolate landscape with the clubhouse in the back up on the hill. Played pretty difficult actually, and the way that the course is laid out and the pin locations were quite hard, I thought. Some of the pictures of the clubhouse, though, and the fairways going uphill, downhill, and with bunkers everywhere. It was a fun course, and I did have a good time playing it. We had these weeds things. Was your rough besides all the sand? Some pretty narrow fairways. Here's kind of the iconic look that you'll see most of the time. And I shot a 7 over 77 my first time around there, so not the greatest. That's part of the reason we're fast forwarding through these, is they weren't the best of rounds to boot. Hills of Lanaway? Either way, Lanaway. This one was pretty difficult. Trees everywhere. I played it in the rain. It has narrow fairways. It's not very long, but it has small greens and pretty straight forward dogleg left and right. But here's an example of, crazy tree trouble. The layout was good, though. It's a back and forth type of course. Kind of reminds you of a country club type layout. Here's, I believe, me going into a fairway on the other hole, which is kind of that muni feel, where you can just kind of go hole to hole. And there's me hitting the pin. And I think I got one more highlight here at Hills of Lanaway. Hopefully you're getting a pretty decent idea of how the course is laid out. It does have pretty small greens, so that would be something to look forward to. And I shot a +7 there as well, I believe, 79. Next up on the list, Glen Falls Country Club. And this one I really liked. The really tall trees. I like when the designers do the checkerboard fairways, and then look at the slope on this fairway. You can see that you're kind of down in it and you got to hit up out of there. The greens were accessible. You can see we have some really straight back and forth par 4s and par 5s. Lots of bunkers, a defined outline of the fairway, which I like. Sometimes on the sim golf, the rough and first cut and fairway all kind of blend together, and it's not as easy to distinguish between which one's which. So I did like Glen Falls. I played this so poorly, though, that I only made it through 9 holes and decided to just call it because I was having so many bogeys. So the elevation changes were real, the pin locations, the greens, everything was pretty robust, and you could see there I shot a 44 just to get around there. So next up on the list is, I want to call it Azuki, and hope that I said that sort of right. This one has a lot of good detail. I thought the trees came across really nice, and the landscape and the depth of the landscape came across really nice. Sometimes the trees, especially with my poor graphics, come across as more two-dimensional, and etc., etc. Here at this course, the designer did a really good job, I thought, of all the details and all the different layers of things as you look around. So, one that I really enjoyed, I did shoot 8 over, which was not ideal, but it is what it is. And the last one we're going to look at today is Coldwater golf links, and we got water everywhere just to start on the hole, and there's not going to be a whole lot of highlights on this one either. Um, when I have a round that's just funky, or I'm not swinging good, or I'm tired, or whatever, they don't always make it to the air, but I did want to get these courses out there and give the designers some props. So I'll leave in the comments the links of how far in the video each course is, and you can feel free to check out the landscape and kind of the to and fro between each course, and see a couple shots from me, even though none of them were that impressive. That one's going to be 8 over as well. So first time around those was pretty tough, but looking forward to playing them again.